Hello friends, I Dr. Vinita and welcome back to Physiotherapy Junun by Dr. Vinita. Today's our topic on the movement system syndromes of the cervical spine. In this, we discuss about the cervical spine and the movement at the cervical spine and the forward head posture syndrome. The joints and all the structure that move and support them are subjected to degenerative forces arising from repetitive movements, prolonged postures, and simply through the process of aging. The cervical spine is particularly susceptible to degenerative changes because normal day to day activities require frequent movements of the head and cervical spine. The inevitable degeneration process lead to injury, altering the precision of the movement that negatively impact the rate and type of degenerations. In addition, many individuals perform excessive motion of their head and cervical spine as part of their body language or use undesirable prolonged postures such as holding the telephone or mobile phone to their ear with their shoulder based on the premises that the onset of painful degenerative condition of the cervical spine is precipitated by deviation in the alignment and movement pattern. This video is basically for the normal anatomy, what are the movements, and due to them, due to the excessive movement, due to the prolonged postures, or due to the repetitive movement, what will happen to a cervical spine? The joints and all of the structure that move and support them are subjected to degenerative force arising due to the repetitive movement and prolonged postures. And the patient, like mostly females, uh, housewives, uh, I think they may be using, or the IT workers, they prolong using the mobile phones uh, with holding to their ear and their shoulder with their shoulder. So this is very harmful for them. Cervical extension secondary to a forward head posture, which is often associated with a thoracic kyphosis, is the most frequently observed alignment impairment of the cervical spine. A forward head position is described as excessive extension and forward translation of the cervical vertebra. Thoracic kyphosis commonly result in increased extension of the cervical spine and contributing to the forward head position. So that there is a kyphosis happen. If there is kyphosis happen, then it may lead to the forward head positions. The extended position of the cervical vertebra increase the compressive loading on tissues in this region, especially the facet joints. Cervical extension, or you here see that the cervical extension, here cervical extension and flexion at the lower cervical vertebrae. As you see, in this case, this is the forward head posture, and in this case, this is retracted or backward head position. In that position, the upper cervical spine in the flexion and lower cervical spine in the extension. This is the difference between the forward hand and the backward head position. The focus of our strategy of elevating symptoms and improving function of the cervical region The focus of our strategy of elevating symptoms and improving function of the cervical region is to start with exercise that correct any fault in the alignment of the cervical, thoracic and scapular region before focusing on the correction of faulty cervical movements. Based on clinical Based on clinical observations, the principal movement impairment in the cervical region involve faulty patterns of extension and rotation. Here you see that the maintaining precise movement in the cervical region is a challenge because of many factors, including the number of intervening segments, their degree of freedom, and influence of the alignment of the thoracic spine and the shoulder girdle muscles. Here you see that the sixth type of rotation occurs on the cervical region, and here you see the shoulder girdle muscles and the alignment of the thoracic spine. These are the two main factors for the movement or maintaining a precise movement, because if they are affected, the movement of the cervical region is affected. Ideal alignment of the cervical region. What are the ideal alignment for the cervical region? Allow the head to position with minimal muscular effort. The patient can't feel that the head position or the head weight on the cervical region. Ideal alignment is an inward lordotic curve with both the upper and lower cervical region in a position of slight extension. With the aging and the inevitable degenerative changes occurring in the cervical disc, the lordotic alignment decreases and there is an increase in the forward translation. But here I mentioned that in the age or after aging, but in day to day life, we are observing that we are using laptops, we are using mobile phones, and the excessive use of these things causing the cervical forward head posture very commonly. So there should be a posture alignment, or to there should be to teach the patient how to posture, how to maintain posture during phone, during using the laptop, or during watching the TV and other activities. Then we proceed to the next topic is the range of motion or distribution of the motion at the cervical spine. It's very important because if you know the movement or the motion at the cervical spine at the different level, then it's very easy for you to diagnose your patient, because you know better that how much rotation or how much flexion extension and where they are affected and why they are affected. So in flexion and extension at C note and C1 there is only 15 degree, and at C1 and C2 it's also at only 15 degree. C2 C3 you see in the chart it's 12, and C3 C4 it's 17, C5 C6 is 21, and C6 7 23, and C71 is 21. Here in the flexion and extension motion, the most of the motion is occurred at C6 and C7, the 23 degree of flexion and extension occurred. Here, next example of the lateral bending and axial rotation. So we have to diagnose the movement and what degree of movement occurred at the cervical spine at different levels. Most common alignment impairment observed in the cervical spine is a forward head posture. And the forward head posture is characterized by forward translation of the lower cervical region and hyperextension of the cervical region with typically an increased kyphotic curvature in the thoracic region, so that your cervical affecting your thoracic region. Why? Because the cervical forward head posture, which is often associated with the thoracic kyphosis, is the most frequently observed alignment impairment of the cervical spine. A forward head position is described as excessive extension and forward translation of the cervical vertebra, and it may lead to the thoracic kyphosis. Patients with chronic neck pain have a decreased ability to maintain a correct alignment when distracted, because patient is suffering from pain, so he is not able to correct the alignment of that reason. And different type of muscular adaptation associated with this. The forward head posture is characterized by the forward translation. Okay, so patient with chronic pain have a decreased ability and to correct the alignment. In this type, here you see that the forward head posture, when the alignment of the cervical spine on the thoracic spine is normal, or you can say the ideal alignment, the head, the patient feels zero loading. Okay, but if the forward head posture or some degree of forward head posture, patient after a while muscles becomes fatigue quickly, and muscles feel some weight on them and pressure. In extension or in a severe or we can say chronic patients of the forward head posture, there is more weight on the muscles. The muscular adaptation associated with a forward head position are shortening of the cervical spine extensors. In this case, the extensor are shortening and a lengthening of the intrinsic cervical spine flexors. Here I mention that intrinsic cervical spine flexors. The forward head position also require increased activity of the extensor muscles of the cervical spine to counterbalance the head against the effect of gravity. Here you see that in this is the neutral position or an idle position. This is the forward head position. The patient head is forwarded and the line of gravity passes like this, so that the muscles having a pressure or muscle, the extensor muscle, these extensor muscles have to counterbalance the head against the gravity. Like this, the muscle contracted to hold up the head. Rotation point vertebra, here, weight of the head. They are acting towards gravity. So here, the work of the muscles increased. Cervical spine extensor and more doing more work in forward head position result in an increase of compressive forces acting on the articular facets. The forward head position also require increased activity of the extensor. The muscular adaptation that occur with the forward head position result in a compressive forces acting on the articular facets. In addition, changes may also occur in the ligamentum nuchae. Why? Because the extensor muscle are shortening and they are doing more work. They are counterbalancing the gravity. So the ligamentum nuchae or the ligament, they have to do more work. and the pressure which exerted by the muscle that may increase demand on the upper trapezius muscle what to stabilize and move the cervical spine. Here you see the facet joint, and in next picture you see the ligamentum nuchae. It's all for your anatomy revision. A forward head posture is common physical finding in patient with chronic tension headache. Most of patient feel headache and patient with unilateral migraine. So note the forward head posture lead to the chronic tension headache or migraine, but the chronic tension headaches, if patient having chronic tension headaches and migraine problem, they may lead to the forward head posture. There is many researchers found this. Additional alignment fault that we have observed with headache patient include an increase in the degree of upper cervical extension in comparison to that of the lower cervical. Because why this happen? Because of the adaptation of the cervical muscles. The common habit that we have observed include excessive extension of the upper cervical region and forward translation of the cervical spine, like during talking, laughing, reading, while working on computer. These faults can be exaggerated when the patient wear eyeglasses, especially bifocal, because patient always do forward head bending or forward head posture when he is using the bifocal glasses. There's many studies reveal that these same patient may also have complained of pain or headache in upper cervical region. Additional alignment fault can result from adaptation arising from asymmetrical use of eyes or loss of hearing in one ear. Deficit in sight, hearing can result in prolonged posturing in one direction or cervical rotation with associated side bending in the same direction. The muscular adaptation include unilateral hypertrophy of cervical paraspinal and sternocleidoid muscle. These asymmetrical adaptation could cause greater compressive forces on the facet joints on one side of the cervical spine. Here one question for you all, that what are the position of the facet joint of the cervical vertebra? Please comment me in the comment section. The therapist need to make the patient aware of these habits to decrease the frequency of the faulty movement and posture while teaching the patient exercise to offset the effect of postural positions. Thank you for watching, and please, if you have any question, any doubt, please comment me below, and please like, share and subscribe so that it will give me a positive feedback and I will work on that. Thank you so much.